And I've met Farida a long, long time ago when I was sort of at the beginning of my journey. And now I'm sort of, not at the end, but in a different phase. And I had some quite traumatic health issues and also life issues going on, which landed me up in a coma about 4 years ago after the death of my late husband. So at the end of January this year, I came to a place where I felt I really needed to make a paradigm shift. I'm 66, and I just thought I need to find a much more wholesome way of living my life and identifying with something that really meant something to me. And I asked Spirit to show me which way to go. And I dreamt about Farida. I needed a mentor who could take me to that level. That was my quest. Partly because working and healing myself and having a lot of understanding about different ways of self-help, I needed something more refined, more advanced, more understood, more wise, and also somebody I could really look up to. And I think, dare I say, Farida's been the most extraordinary teacher for me. And I think most importantly for me, as a result of having been in a coma, I had a lot of issues with my brain and comprehension and communication and memory, and I think people know what it feels like to have a panic attack. I was like that all the time, kind of watching from a distance and kind of acting as if. So I don't have that anymore. It felt like there was so much tension and so much dis-ease that it was very difficult to live my life. And it would affect me also on a deeply emotional level, that I felt deeply inadequate and insecure, and I always felt like people are going to find out that I'm not really functioning. But I feel I am now. I'm sort of, it's given me a whole new lease of life, and I'm in a very beautiful relationship, and I felt like it really deserved my input in that way too, that I was able to just really be myself without all the encumbrances of the illness or the post experience that were going on. I'm deeply grateful. I have a spiritual practice. I sit with it and I kind of thought, what is the message here? And the message was empowerment. I was being empowered to find my own medicine, to come into a much better relationship with my body, to deeply understand and honor my spiritual inspiration, and to just go and do the work, go and do the enemas, go and do the fasting, go and do the juicing, go and just do it. It's not because you want to do it for somebody else or you want to be a good girl. You want to do this because you want to get well. But the wellness was always way beyond the physical level, and that really meant something to me deeply. Having worked in healing, I know how powerful it is to eat the right food and do the right exercises, but I think you have to come from the right spirit. And that's the most important thing. And I think for me that's one of humility, clarity, strength, building strength. I feel much stronger these days than I used to. And I felt that specifically during lockdown also, that at this stage in our lives when we want to be torchbearers for good living and caring for the planet and caring for each other, we have to build up our strength. I was way too weak. I think what was interesting at the beginning, Farida and I had a lot of contact via email and also over the phone sometimes, and Facebook Messenger, and it was really important for me to have a mentor who would kind of, in a way, she represented my good conscience. Okay, girl, you do this. This is what you do for yourself, as opposed to maybe not doing it quite properly. If you don't do it properly, you're cheating only yourself. And somehow or other, Farida had the authority which I needed. I'm a tricky customer because I know too much. But somehow or other, she got my number, and that was fabulous. My partner and I, it was in February, we were up in a very remote place in Wales. I hired a caravan there for a couple of nights, and it was raining, it was cold, my joints were hurting, I was walking with a stick. And I realized I'd come to this place where I had to walk through a portal. I'm going to walk through that portal because the guidance is right, and spirit is right, And it had been like that all the way along from that first dream that I had. It's not for the faint-hearted. You need to want it, you need to need it, and it needs to make sense to you. It's not some recipe for just looking pretty or losing some weight, or maybe, some people heal deeper things just by fasting and doing kind of certain programs. For me, this was part of my self-realization and stepping into this next. For me, it's elderhood, really, to really embody that with trust that I have in myself and knowing I've walked the walk. I think when you're serious about your healing journey, you need to be prepared to let go of everything and do anything, even if it feels difficult or humbling or impossible. When you come to a place where you say, I'll do anything for this, and somebody can help you along those lines, you're on the right way. I now know that I have a life that is precious and that I can wake up to every day and give it my best. I didn't feel that beforehand. I thought, because having had the experience of slipping into a coma from one day to the next, I know how precious life is, and I know how close the edge is. It's given me my life back and so much more, and opportunities, and what with everything. I think this work I've done with Farida has really brought tremendous beauty and light. And I think because we live in a world where everything is provided, and people expect this, and especially also in the world of healing. I've worked as an acupuncturist for 35 years. People come for me to fix them. And I actually feel that that's missing out on the most important ingredient, which is, this is my relationship, this is my responsibility, this is my empowerment, this is my vision quest. And what Farida's done for me has really facilitated that from a consistently clear and forceful and uncompromising place. And that was what I needed to turn the corner.